In the forgotten corners of England, one village became the stage for an experiment that defied reality itself. This is the story of Skull, where four ordinary people, armed with nothing but a wooden table and unwavering resolve, stepped into the abyss. And something stepped back. The quiet English village of Skull turned into the epicenter of communication with the afterlife. Robin and Sandra Foy had long been immersed in paranormal research, dedicating years to exploring connections with spirits. Before we dive into today's mind-blowing mystery, I need your help. If you love unraveling the unexplained, do me a favor. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't. It's free, and ring the bell so you never miss a journey into the unknown. This channel thrives because of you. Every like, comment, and share fuels our mission to explore the impossible. Now, let's begin. Alan and Diana Bennett shared their passion. The four joined forces, creating the Skull Experimental Group. Their laboratory was a plain cellar beneath Street Farmhouse, a centuries-old building. Thick stone walls, a cramped ceiling, no windows, complete darkness, zero interference. They conducted every session in pitch blackness, not for spectacle, but for rigorous study. Their theory was simple. Spirits required absolute isolation to manifest. The group avoided traditional ghost hunting tools, no Ouija boards, no tarot, no theatrics, just a bare room and a wooden table. Glowing wristbands ensured transparency, proving no hands could deceive. Early sessions involved endless waiting, hours of silence, conversation, even hymns, all to elevate spiritual energy. For weeks, nothing happened. Then, a shift. The atmosphere grew electric, their skin prickled with static. The room plunged colder, 8 degrees in mere seconds. Then, a voice addressed them directly. It identified as Manu, but this was no human ghost. Manu claimed to be an otherworldly being, leading a collective of communicators, scientists, thinkers, engineers, all long deceased. They called themselves the Team of Many Minds, and their goal was to validate the afterlife. They pledged 3 forms of proof: physical, visual, and auditory, evidence for scrutiny by experts. But first, energy had to accumulate, session by session, layer by layer. Initially, faint lights flickered like distant fireflies, then intensified. They moved deliberately, replying with flashes, forming words. The group witnessed phenomena mediums had reported for ages. Yet this was methodical. The team dictated strict protocols. Same time, same cellar, same 4 participants. No deviations, no outsiders. Not yet. A fragile energy matrix was forming. Any disturbance could undo progress. Precision was non-negotiable. Robin Foy documented everything: timings, temperatures, air shifts, every glow, sound, and message. The Skull Four weren't merely observers. They were cataloging meticulously. Science demanded evidence. The spirits vowed evidence. And they complied. Session 6, a single light materialized. Session 7, it divided into 3. By session 12, countless lights swirled in the cellar, synchronized, reacting to thoughts, brushing skin. All 4 witnesses agreed. Then the team began transmitting solid objects, metallic relics, aged coins, engraved crystals. The group pressed for more. The spirits responded by closing the session with a directive: bring a camera tomorrow. The glowing lights were only the start. The entity collective, known as the Many Minds Alliance, began manifesting physical items onto the table from nothingness: pebbles, quartz fragments, antique currency. The researchers could never predict what would materialize next, yet every artifact carried intent. Some bore inscriptions. One evening, a tarnished pendant manifested. Its interior appeared blank until magnified. Etched with inhuman accuracy were 3 words: crossing the divide. Then came the photographs. The Many Minds instructed them to bring factory-sealed Polaroid packs. The spirits promised visual proof of the afterlife. Their method defied logic. In total blackness, an unused Polaroid was placed on the table. Moments later, it hovered 6 feet mid-air. Unexplained flares erupted around it as it descended. Fresh film was loaded, a snapshot taken. The team watched images emerge. One depicted an unidentified man. A message accompanied it. Giuseppe Rolls extends greetings. Later investigation revealed Rolls was a forgotten Polaroid innovator. He died in 1926. His sole surviving portrait, buried in corporate archives, matched the photo perfectly. Other images revealed Victorian-era tableaus, extinct scripts, vanished cultures. These weren't light exposures. The photos altered the film's chemistry internally. Forensic analysts confirmed no double exposures, no manipulation. The emulsion itself transformed. The auditory phenomena grew stranger. In soundproof darkness, a basic recorder captured voices in living dead languages, discussing metaphysics, particle physics. One refrain persisted: "You are not solitary. Mortality is a threshold." This artifact manifested during our Skull trial's infancy, a minuscule item. Mid-session, it would abruptly clatter onto the table. That was its materialization sound. Objects now moved autonomously. Floating instruments played melodies. Weighty furniture levitated. Luminous markers outlined the room for motion tracking. Every variable was secured. One test became legendary. A film strip was locked inside a vault. An image developed regardless, a newspaper page from 3 days in the future. The edition matched perfectly. These weren't ghosts communicating. They were transcending time itself. Robin's team weren't fools. They knew spiritualism's history of hoaxes. Their protocols were merciless. Pre-session searches covered people and premises. Yet the phenomena escalated. After 2 years, they invited the Society for Psychical Research, SPR, Britain's most rigorous paranormal authority. These weren't gullible enthusiasts. SPR's roster included Nobel laureates, Oxbridge academics, and veteran debunkers. They arrived anticipating deception. They left with evidence. Rumors about Skull intensified. Phantom lights, anti-gravity effects, sealed film manifestations. Skeptics mobilized. The SPR assembled their heaviest hitters: Professor Arthur Ellison, electrical engineering; Montague Heen, forensic media analyst; and Professor David Fontana, expert in deception detection. The SPR trusted nothing. They imported equipment, implemented draconian controls. Door seams were taped. Their own virgin film was used. Every inch was scrutinized: walls, participants, apparatus. The basement was certified as hermetic. No compartments, no accomplice hideouts. Only then did testing commence. 40 minutes silence. The researchers expected this. Of course, they thought, the moment professionals observe, the phenomena vanish. Just as the SPR prepared to declare deception, the temperature plummeted. The signature lights emerged, but now they obeyed the scientists' unspoken commands, not the Skull Group's. Montague Keen mentally visualized a triangle in German. The lights formed one. Ellison imagined a zigzag. Instant compliance. No words spoken. The skeptics had no rebuttal. Next session, a quartz crystal manifested. Ellison examined it. Dense, ice cold. He requested to analyze it externally. Permission granted. Yet upon exiting, the crystal vanished. In his pocket, a brass tag engraved Arthur Ellison, a name he'd never uttered there. The film tests defied logic. SPR provided stock, UV marked, never left their custody. Images still developed: portraits, archaic texts, unknown terrains. 20 trials, escalating controls. The scientists faced a dilemma: acknowledge genuine anomalies or accuse the Skull 4 of an undetectable, genius-level scam. No wires, no accomplices, no mechanisms explained the materializations. Then the many minds addressed them audibly. Direct voice phenomena. Disembodied speakers called each researcher by name, cited confidential work, debated quantum theory and cognition with precision. Keene inquired about deceased kin. The voices disclosed verified familial secrets. Ellison posed advanced engineering queries, received doctoral-level replies. Everything was documented, proof mounted. That basement defied physics. The table levitation was definitive. Ellison, 200 pounds, stood atop it. It remained suspended. Video confirmed. A voice declared, "We intersect your dimension orthogonally." Acoustics proved it originated midair, unattached. After 24 months, the SPR published a 300-page report detailing scientifically impossible events. They'd sought afterlife evidence, but uncovered something more unsettling. Reality itself operates beyond known laws. Most chilling? The recurring messages, prophecies, directives, alarms, all converging on one unnerving truth. The SPR and the Many Minds Collective received countless transmissions, some intimate, meant for specific individuals, but most intended for humanity as a whole. A coherent narrative emerged. Earth stands at the brink of transformation. The entities asserted consciousness transcends mere thought. It isn't just neural activity. Consciousness constructs reality. Thus, death as we conceive it doesn't exist. Physical forms perish, but awareness evolves eternally. This mirrors ancient doctrines. Brief earthly lives precede reintegration with cosmic awareness. Our Gateway Process episode revealed the U.S. military explored identical theories at the Monroe Institute. Their findings aligned shockingly with the Many Minds teachings. The spirits claimed human perception is limited. We experience 3 dimensions while they navigate 7. Their core warning? An imminent planetary frequency shift. They termed it the convergence, an energy surge that would awaken latent human capacities, telepathy, remote viewing, intuitive knowledge access. The Skull Trials were training pioneers for this transition. Guided meditations could attune minds to the new resonance. They emphasized ecological balance, unity over conflict. Their doctrine blended mysticism with cutting-edge science, quantum equations, hyperdimensional blueprints. One schematic resembled a crystal radio hybrid. Using germanium and semiconductors, it could capture spirit audio, sans microphone. Engineers reviewed the design, theoretically plausible. Edison and Tesla had pursued similar spirit communication devices. Tesla swore his prototype functioned. Yet the gravest transmissions were forewarnings: political upheaval, ecological collapse, societal fractures. Humanity's dissonance with Earth's energy invited disaster. In 1996, the entities referenced non-corporeal intelligences, watchers from higher dimensions observing human evolution. Contact with them would mark the experiment's next phase. They provided a quantum entanglement formula. Physicists later confirmed its validity, using notation that wouldn't exist for 2 more years. Were they foreseeing or influencing the future? SPR scientists grew alarmed. Predictions, climate events, geopolitical crises unfolded with eerie precision. By late 1997, the messages turned urgent. The Many Minds declared their mission complete. A dimensional bridge built, seeds planted. Now, evolution must proceed organically. Final transmissions stressed individual agency. Fear contracts, awareness, love expands it. The future remains malleable, shaped by collective consciousness. Their parting words: the threshold endures, passage awaits. Post-experiment, global anomalies surged. Households reported phantom lights, aborted objects, disembodied speech. A 2006 Benash University study found 70% of participants attributed life-altering paranormal encounters to positive transformation. The skull energy had escaped containment. The Many Minds network was expanding. Thus, only 2 conclusions remain. Either this marks the dawn of a consciousness revolution redefining existence, or history's most elaborate illusion. What if we were the ones being studied? The team of many minds didn't just send messages, they left clues, hidden in plain sight. The Polaroids, the levitating tables, the formulas predicting the future, none of it was proof of their world. It was a mirror held up to ours. Because here's the terrifying truth. They never said they were dead. They said they were evolved. And if consciousness shapes reality, then what are we becoming? Look around. Unexplained lights on your phone videos, objects vanishing in your home. That whisper you swore you heard at 3 a.m. The door didn't close in 1997. It just opened wider. And now, they're waiting to see if we'll step through. Comment below, have you felt it too? If this story shook you, intrigued you, or even made you question reality, let me know in the comments. Your thoughts matter. Was it real? A hoax? Are you experiencing something strange? Drop a crystal ball below if you believe the door is still open. And if you want to help keep this channel alive, consider subscribing or even gifting a membership. You're not just supporting me, you're joining a community of seekers. Until next time, stay curious. The truth is out there. Yeah.